In this video, we are talking tasks. A task is any to-do item. So a follow-up with a client or ordering more office supplies. Events, on the other hand, are more scheduled. So an event has a date and time, like a team meeting or an appointment with a client. If you are looking for information on events, check out the calendar video next. That has everything you need to know about events. In this video, we will talk tasks, we'll talk creating tasks, we'll talk through some task templates you can create, and finally, we'll wrap up with all the ways that you can view your tasks. You can add a task from anywhere. Just use the Add button. Fill out the name of the task, set its due date, and if you've got additional calendars, just be sure to add it to the right one. You can create additional calendars for your account from the calendar settings. If your task is about a person or a company, you can link it to that person or company here. And that's it. Just set the task and you can forget about it. The CRM will remind you the day that task is due in your daily agenda email. You'll also see that on your calendar, your workspace as well. You can also add a task directly from any contact or company record right here. Or if you are updating a pipeline item, you'll always have the option to set a task when you're updating that pipeline. If you're creating a task for somebody else, you can reassign the task here if you have other users on the account. Don't worry, we will shoot them an email as soon as you assign it to them, so they're notified about that task too. If you find yourself creating the same task over and over and over again, a task template may help. Like, for example, if you always set a 7-day follow-up after speaking to a client, create a task template for that, and then setting it up will be a breeze. To start, go to Settings, and then go to your task settings. Now, before we talk about templates, you'll also see some default settings on this page as well. These are just the settings that are default for any regular task that you create. For example, if every time you just create a singular task, you like it to be due the next day and you like it to start with the word follow-up, you can create those as your default settings. So now that I've saved those default settings, if I go over and I just create a regular task, you'll see those defaults are already there. Now, outside of those default settings, there may be other types of tasks that you always create. So for example, I always like to have a 7-day follow-up and a 30-day follow-up set after I talk to a client. So I can create a template for each of those. You'll see that you have relative due dates, which for my example just means if I set this for 7 days, anytime I add this template, the CRM will add the due date 7 days from when I create the task. Relative due dates are really the most common use here, but you can also set exact dates if you want to. And that is it. Just save it, and that template is there. Let me quickly just create a 30-day follow-up too. Once you've created your templates, anytime you create a task, you can use a template to streamline the creation process. Each morning, we will send you a daily agenda email that has all of your tasks and events that are due that day. But if you want to see that list inside of your CRM, just go to your workspace. You'll find all of your current as well as overdue tasks here. Tasks that are linked to contacts will always show up at the top of the contact record. And once you have followed up with that person or completed that task will drop into their history. The calendar holds all of your events and tasks too. And from the calendar, you can choose to see only your own tasks or the tasks of your teammate as well, just right over here. If you need a more robust working view of tasks, check out the task report. You can filter this report to see your completed tasks for the week, or you can filter it to see tasks you have planned for next month. You could view a teammate's tasks here. It's really easy to just work through this list, filter it first, then work through it just to knock out a bunch of your to-dos. And you can always export this or print it if you need to report it to a manager or a teammate. That's it for tasks. They're simple, effective ways to make sure nothing slips through the cracks.